What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Let's see who's gonna be in here. Who's gonna be first in here today? Oh, happy Tuesday, everybody! Everybody who's watching this back. We're gonna be talking about the market manipulation. Recently, things have been a little strange in the markets, to say the least. And so we got to talk about it, right? How to trade it and stuff like that. A lot of traders, especially when they're new, don't really understand. Oh, Maximus is in here first. What's good, Maximus? A lot of traders, when they're new, don't really understand how to, you know what I mean, like adjust and adapt in these markets. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I just need 1 second, guys. 1 second. There we go. There we go. That's better. So anyhow, so yeah, we're gonna be talking about that. Maximus, what's good? What's good, brother? How is your day going so far? How's your week going? How's your trading going so far? It's been a very interesting week, to say the least. Let me let everybody in Discord know that I'm here and I'm live now. Let's see. Let me go to general. Let's see. Everyone. I'm live now. Hop in. All right, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for. Haven't taken any trades. Slick Rick, what's good? What's good? Haven't taken trades yesterday and today. Good for you. Good for you. The was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I took a loss on Nas, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing this, because we have some things to talk about, right? We have some things to talk about. Just gonna wait for like a couple more people to hop in here, and then we should be good. Been a little occupied. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. So for you, it's more of like it's not that there's no setups. So it's good, Adib. It's not that there's no setups. This is more for you like it's not really, you don't really have the time, let's say, right? So cool beans, as they used to say. Cool beans. All right, so let's talk about this market manipulation stuff. Hey Adib. You guys, there's a lot going on in the market that we have to, what's the word I'm looking for? We have to be, actually, guys, 1 second here. One moment, guys. Just realized something here. Gotta plug this in. Voila. That should hold up. All right, guys, my fault. What's good, show? What's good? What's good? Yeah, so guys, market has been, to say the least, it has been kind of crazy, right? We've seen a lot of stuff going on. So first I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on, and then after we're going to head to the charts, as always, right? So I was asking those of you who just joined, you know what I mean? Maximus already did his survey. The rest of you, show, Adib, Slick Rick, what's your trading been like this February, this week, this month? What has it been like? January wasn't bad at all. January was pretty nice. January felt like you couldn't miss. January was just great. Lots of great setups. February, I find, started off a little good. Now we're getting to this weird zone where prices, it's still moving per se, but you can tell something's shifted in the market precisely. You can still catch your setups and stuff, but it is something that I do want to discuss. So how's your trading been, guys? Show, Adib, how's the trade been like? How's your trading been like? Okay, anyways, can't wait for you guys because I know there's a bit of delay and I don't want the stream to be too crazy. So let's hop onto the charts. Let's go to here. Oh, my fault. Connect. All right, cool. So let's talk about what's going on with the markets recently, right? We've seen the markets just completely kind of go like up and down and up and down. Like, look at this, right? We have price going up, then it falls off a cliff, then it goes up, then it falls off a cliff, then it goes up, and then it kind of comes back down, right? So it's in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing too crazy. But at the same time, when you look at it, let's say from the daily even, we're kind of consolidating, to be quite honest. We've not been able to break this range right here. This range right here. We're just consistently in this range now, right? We've not been able to come to this high. Oh, my fault, guys. We've not been able to come to this high. This was all-time highs. And then technically we haven't been able to kind of break this zone right here. And we've just been ranging in this area. So obviously that's one reason why the market isn't like what it used to be. But there's also a reason for this. Like when you see things like this on a higher level, the market is setting up for something. There's some events that we're not aware of, but that the big players may be aware of, or maybe just the market's telling us overall technically that something is gearing up. Because remember, this is all driven by investors, right? And hedge funds and algorithms or whatever you believe in, right? There's players in the market that push the price up and push the price down. And especially those of us who trade Forex, for example. I don't trade Forex, but those of you who trade Forex, we can't do anything to move the markets. If I told all like almost 2,000 of you guys at one time, let's all buy $100 10th, we still couldn't move the market the way the banks and stuff do, right? We might get a candle maybe this size. Let me see if I can find a candle like maybe the size of this one right here. You know what I mean? Like something really tiny, if that, because that's a daily candle. But my whole point is that we could barely move the market, right? And so there are big players that are moving the market. So when you see players are dumping, right? What does this mean? A lot of people are liquidating their positions. Okay, this was the 17th of December. Makes sense. We're getting close to Christmas. Everybody knows this, that around Christmas, everybody takes their money out the market so they can go to Hawaii, Florida, Bora Bora, whatever, you know what I mean? Any place in the world that they want to go to. That's how it works. And so here we have price getting dumped. And then around the 18th, right before, around Christmas / Boxing Day, price went up a little bit and then tanked after that until January 2nd. January 2nd came, market kind of opened back up on the Friday. We went back up by January 6th, which was on Monday. We started to go back down. Here's the 13th, okay? Then we rallied all the way up to the 24th. We couldn't miss this week, right? This whole entire period was just buys. And then out of nowhere, DeepSeek came out. People realized ChatGPT don't cost that much. NVIDIA lost almost $600 billion in value, fell off a cliff. And then people like myself, I remember seeing this on that Monday and saying, there is no way people aren't going to buy at this level. It's just price is way too cheap. There is no way people aren't going to buy here. You know what happened that day? Boom. All right. So this is the last Friday. So this was January 31st until we came back in February. So now we get to February 3rd. Price falls off a cliff as well, but opens back up on Monday. So between basically Friday to Sunday, price came all the way down here. Monday opened up, we shot back up. Then we got to here on the last Friday. And then when we opened back up on Monday, we're down. And here we are in the market. So the question is like, what's happening? What's happening? Because these are investors dumping, buying, dumping, buying, dumping, buying. Something is causing this. And there's obviously news factors, there's economic factors, there's a lot of different things involved. But what does it mean for you as a trader? And how can you adapt to this? So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, we're going to talk about manipulation and how you guys can adapt. And just catch up with the chat real quick. Long time, what's good, Mr. Foreign? Be patient, waiting for your live like a week. Waiting for a trade setup. Oh, I appreciate you. Slick Rick. Thank you for patiently waiting. I'm trying my best to be. What's good, Verd? No, you're not late. We just started maybe like 10 minutes ago. I'm trying my best to be consistent because I know there's a lot of you guys who want to see stuff. And guys, I keep asking you guys for the days when you guys want us to do the whole live stream on Discord. I feel like that'd be better because then you guys can ask me questions directly, right? And we could talk. And then you guys can kind of get a sense of what the mentorship is like, because the mentorship is a whole different beast. The people in there will tell you. But anyhow, I appreciate you waiting. Shosho said, did not even dare touch my charts. Good for you, Shosho. I'm doing backtesting journaling. Good for you, Adib. This whole month, I'm in a spiral at the moment. Got you. January has been bad for me. First week of February, it's been okay. This week, I'm not trading. The thing is, I always trade gold, and at the moment for me is swimming in no man. Oh, I see. So yeah, you're affected by what's going on here, right? So let's go take a look at gold real quick before I come back to what I was talking about. Let's see here. Gold. All right, this is the last thing we were looking at when we came to gold. So let me get rid of all this. All right, so for you in gold, as a gold trader, you're dealing with all this. But here's the thing. When you look at it from the daily, you're like, oh, gold's just been going up. It's like, yeah, not really. It goes up, but then it has random days where it just randomly tanks and you can't tell. And then it goes up and comes back down and then it shoots up. So you're like, bro, what is going on? You can see right here, you know what I mean? Once we broke this level, right? The rest was history. We've been going up. All right, great. No problem. This is good stuff. All right. And then let me just go down to like the 4 hour. All right, so we broke this level. We started pushing up and stuff like that. Here's London's session, I think. then the start of like, not New York, but kind of the end of London. And then when New York kind of started, we went down. And then when London started back up again, we went up, right? So you can see London is really driving these moves. And then around New York, it seems like, or evening time, you see like things going down, and then right back up to London, we're going up. And so price has been seesawing, but look at this, right? You can see by the way the wicks are interacting with this zone, with this zone, that there's something here. Now, obviously you can see right here, there's a gap. There's a fair value gap. All right, cool. But prior to this, if we just do this, right? Prior to that, we didn't know this was there. There was no gap at this time. Something was happening here, and then price decided to start pushing up. And when it pushed up, it also created a gap. So what does that tell you? Something strong is here. So when you're looking at things like gold, what you want to look for, or not even just gold, anything in general, when you're looking at these things, oh man, a lot of people came here. What's up? Yo, Chris, what's good? What's good? What's good? And then the guy with the Hebrew name, I don't know how to pronounce it, but welcome. I recognize you from before. Hi, bro. How are you? I'm short on USGJPY. I'm great. Thanks for asking. So yeah, so when you're looking at things like gold or anything in general, you want to look at the structure. So one of the things we're doing in the mentorship is every single day, right? I know some of you guys like to keep your positions and stuff from before. Hey, money. I greet the whole house. We greet you too, Israel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Speedy Games. Hello, sir. Hello, everybody. Hello. We're going to talk about all this stuff today, all right? So when you guys are trading anything in general, here's one of the best things you can do. Every day when you come to your chart, delete everything. Don't go with yesterday's perspective into today. It's very important, because what happens is that you're like, oh, price came down and it tapped this gap, you know what I mean? And it was going up, we should be going up. And then you might want to buy, let's say, this is the 4 hour, so bear with me. You might want to buy here, let's say, right? You're like, oh, price is going up. And you know what price ends up doing? Price does this, especially for a swing trader, and then all of a sudden does that. And maybe the reason why this is happening is because you didn't take into account the fact that over here, we're kind of breaking lows. You see what I'm saying? Once price broke this level, we technically had a shift, market structure shift, or whatever you want to call it, right? Gold whipped me today. Oh, man. We're going to talk about it. We're on gold right now, right? This is not an analysis, by the way, guys. It's just me teaching you guys technical things. All right, so you may not have noticed that there was a bit of a, shift in market structure here. And so maybe price is looking to get into this gap, let's say, and then push down. You don't know that. And so the whole time you're focused on this and you're like, yeah, price is going up. And you don't realize that price is trying to tell you something else might be happening. So what you want to do is you want to clear your charts and get a fresh perspective. You take a look at it. You're like, oh, okay, cool. I can see what's happening here. So now you can go into the market with a different perspective. But anyways, again, that's kind of a different conversation for a different day. Right now, what you want to know is this. What are the sensitive spots in the market? Well, right now we have price has tapped this zone about 4 times. We have this tap right here. Okay, boom. We have one here. We have another one here. We have another one here, right? And then we have another one here. And if you want to count this one here, you can maybe draw the one right there as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. So that's a very, what's good? Hey, Donovan, Donna. Shout out to Donovan, everybody. So we have 5 touches here, right? So this tells you this is a very sensitive zone. So when you are in no man's land, what you want to ask yourself is, where is the next place where price is likely to go? In the ICT SMC world, they call it drawn liquidity. We're not talking about liquidity today. We're just talking about where price is more likely to go. Look what happened up here. Price came all the way up here and said, no, thank you. Right? These are strong rejections. So that tells you, if you do enter a trade anywhere here, let's say you bought anywhere here, anywhere, even here. No matter what happens, when you get to here, you might want to consider exiting. We could blast past it, but you don't want to sit through all of this, right? Price may do this, go here, then want to tank down, come back up, retest. You know what I mean? Before it finally you don't want to sit through all of that. You want to make sure that you're going through places where there's a least resistance. You see what I'm saying? All right, so what's happening here? We can tell that price keeps breaking highs. All right, we broke this high. We made this high. We didn't break this one. Price keeps coming back up into this region right here. And now we're seeing a bit of a rejection from here. And then price is halted right here. You guys got to pay attention to what the market is telling you. You see what I'm saying? Where's Mr. R and Lucy? I don't know. Well, hope you're doing great, bro. I'm doing great, bro. Hope you're doing great as well, brother. You see what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to what the market's telling you. All right, so that was the 4 hour. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Let's get a better look at what's happening here. Let me get rid of this. And let's start looking at market structure in a little bit of a different way. Get rid of all these touches. Boom. Boom. All right, cool. So now on the 1 hour, you can see price in a little bit more with a little bit more clarity. It's kind of like looking at something that's 720p versus, 4K, right? So here we have a bit more clarity. This is like 1080p. Okay, so you can see some things are happening here. Why is it that when price touches this specific area here, okay, you guys, there's a lot of indicators on the market that will show you. There's something called, I think it's a volume profile. You'll notice that a lot of activities within this zone. Why? Why does price keep going to this level? Look, price went from here, tapped this, came down, right? Consolidate, shot up, pushed back down, shot up, came back, tapped it, shot below, came back, tapped it, came back up, tapped it, ran up, right? Came all the way here, came back here, tapped it, pushed up a bit, but closed below, tapped it, went all the way down, tapped it, shot back down, came up, look, this candle, tapped it this 1 hour, right? So why? You guys have to understand what's going on here, because this is where the manipulation is happening. Why is it that at this level, price is indecisive? Now, people might look at this and say, oh, well, price is consolidating. But again, why? Why at this specific level? Why is price consolidating? Why does price keep coming into contact with this, right? So this is what's going to help you. Once you figure out what's going on here, you'll understand if we should be going up or if we should be going down. Okay? So when you're trading gold, right, you guys will notice before when I used to do the free analysis and stuff on the lives and stuff like that, you guys would ask, should I bet? And I would tell you guys, wait. You guys need to wait. Professor, what's up? Yo, what's up, Professor? What's up? Sako said, watching from above, loving it. Sako, shout out to you, brother, right? So I would tell you guys to wait, because when you are in no man's land or price is unclear in the mentorship, you can ask anybody who's there. We don't trade. Why should we trade something we don't understand? Why should we trade something we can't see or we can't interpret? You know what I mean? So what we do is that we will wait. Now at this point here, the way we trade, we want to get in and buys here. And if we're selling, right, we want to get in buys here, somewhere within this. We trade on the 1 minute. So we want to get in somewhere here. If we're selling, we're looking to sell somewhere up here. So what we're doing is we're waiting. We're waiting for price to tell us, right? We want to go up, we want to go down. In this case here where we're in no man's land, price has already made the move from this zone. The next zone is here. You have to wait for price to clear this section. Let me see if I could draw a candle, a box to show what's going on here. I'll make this like yellow. Okay, this section right here, you got to wait. Another thing that I haven't talked to you guys about before, but you should understand, is something called swing points. People look at stuff like this and like, oh, this was a high, this was a low, you guys, that's too much noise. You need to ask yourself, where did the price change points? Okay, change direction. Price change direction right here. Here's one move. Okay, next time you can kind of say it was a lower high, but that's not where price change direction. Price change direction over here. Came back down to this level. From here, what happened? We moved all the way up, not here, here. This is the next swing point. Price change direction here. And then you can look at this as well, but they didn't change direction here. You guys filter out the noise. Filter out the noise. Don't look at all this stuff. This choppiness inside, this is the manipulation. You need to look at it. So this is why, like, if I take a trade, my stop loss is going to go below here, because this is the last swing point. If price breaks this, it means we were meant to go down. I shouldn't see price do this and then go up. That means I got manipulated, which is what happened to me yesterday on NAS. Yesterday on NAS, I was up a good amount. Price went all the way just like this to TP here and then reversed. And then what ended up happening is that price reversed and then did this. It went to the moon. So, you know, everybody handles things differently. This is why I tell you guys, and I'm going to try and stay on track here. This is why I tell you guys, don't worry about too much about who is a scammer or a fraud in the industry. I get it. There's a lot of shady people out there. And if they get exposed, they deserve it. Cool. I'm saying worry about what matters, in the sense of, like, when you watch somebody, right? Figure out what you can learn. You trying to point fingers as to, oh, I was manipulated and stuff. Like, a lot of people, when things go wrong, they blame it on others. Oh, yeah, this person lied to me. Oh, I learned from this person. Oh, the market did this. Oh, the market hunted my stop loss. No. You were on the wrong side of the trade at the wrong time. So here's how I handle things that go wrong in my life. When something goes wrong, I don't blame Adib. I don't say Adib did it. I don't say Mr. R did it. I don't say Sako did it. I say, what did I do wrong? The moves I made led me to this point, whether good or bad. The moves I made led me to this point. That means I made an error in judgment at some point. So yesterday I looked at NOS and I realized why I got manipulated. You guys, when you take a loss, don't just go and journal, today I took a loss, it really hurts a lot, but God knows I'm trying and one day I'm going to be like, that's not how you journal. You need to ask yourself, why did I get wicked out here and then price went up? Why did I get manipulated? When you start to understand, people ask me all the time, why did price take this gap and price didn't take, let's say, the gap down here or the gap up here? There's reasons for it. And you need to understand why price is doing that. Why is it that price went all the way up here? Okay, there are people who caught a buy right here. They're like, oh, price broke this high, I'm in. All right, they have their stops maybe right here. They're hoping for a 1 to 9. A lot of you guys trade long positions, no problem. And then price it. And you have to ask yourself, what happened right here? What happened? Why did I get stopped out? Don't just say price was hunting or price was manipulating you. You should understand. All right, let me teach you guys another thing. There's something called, man, I'm giving you guys some sauce, but whatever. There's something called internal and external. Some people call it liquidity. Some people call it other things, but internal range, liquidity, my fault, right? And then we have external range, liquidity. You guys, this, if you're at this level of trading, this should help you out a lot, and you'll understand why. We have these two ranges. What does this mean? Let me get rid of all of this. Okay, let me get rid of all of this. Oh, my fault. Boom. Let me get rid of this right here. All right. Internal range, external range. Let's look at it from here. Let me go to the replay tool a little bit. All right, we're going to go here. So when price is at a level like this, let me get rid of these big circles so they don't really throw us off. Okay. Remember, guys, we're in an uptrend, right? We're in an uptrend. In an uptrend, price does what? It goes up, down a little bit, up some more, down a little bit, up some more. You get the picture, okay? This is what buys look like when it comes to that stuff, okay? So here's what's happening. When you get to this point right here, where price has moved from here to here, what did price do? There were highs, right? Price took these highs. This is the concept, guys. I don't trade everything I teach to you guys because you know me, I'm very simple. All my stuff. By the way, guys, if you need a free PDF on how my entry model kind of works, it's there. Let me know. I'll send it to you. But anyways, or you can check the link in the description. But anyways, so here is a high, right? So price takes this high. So when price takes this high, what do you think is going to happen after this high is taken? Well, this is what they call external liquidity, which means after the external range has been swept, okay? Let me turn this into, let me do this. Okay, boom, swept liquidity. After the external range has been swept, price now is looking for some other place internally. Because remember, this is the concept of liquidity and all these things, is that when price is moving up, right? When price is moving up, it needs some sell orders, whatever, at the bottom, somewhere lower to take upwards. So this is why sometimes you'll see your position. Let's say you entered here. You see you entered your position right here. What does price do? Price will come down, right? Take you out and then go up. And you're like, what happened? Well, they need your money. They need your money. Remember, trading is an exchange between two people. You may not see let's say I'm trading against Adib. I may never know that it's Adib I'm trading against. Adib is selling, I'm buying. So Adib, let's say, might sell and put his sell position right here. Okay? Adib will sell right here. Adib will sell right here. And then I'll be buying. Adib's take profit might be right here. In order for Adib to close his position, he's got to buy someone else's position. Right? Isn't the type of style stressful, even though it may be profitable? Kairos the third, to be honest, man, I missed a bunch of comments. I'm going to get to them. Kairos, to be honest, it really depends on who you are. Like, because, for example, if you've ever talked to the ICT crowd, they swear by this stuff. I watch them trade sometimes, and my mind is like, bro, what are they talking about? Sounds like Star Wars, right? They're like, the Bissy and the Sibby hit the gritty. You know what I mean? The Bissy and the Sibby hit the gritty. You're like, what does that mean? Right? But I'm trying to explain to you guys with concepts that are kind of widespread so you guys understand what I'm trying to teach you. And then later on, I'll simplify it in my terms. But just bear with me here. In order for Deep to liquidate his position, somebody down here has to buy it. Or sorry, somebody has to sell it to him. Okay? And then when he's liquidating his position as well, he's got to buy someone's position to come out at this point or whatever. So if Adib, this is why when you guys take orders on TradingView, you'll notice that it'll say, if this is your stop loss, it'll say buy stop. If this is your If you entered a buy and this was your take profit, it would say sell stop. Because what's happening is that you have to sell your position at this point, and in order for you to get liquidated, somebody would have to buy your position at that point. You get what I'm saying? So this, they laugh at the greedy thing, right? So this is what I'm saying, is that this is how trading works. It's a transaction. That's why they say it's a zero-sum game, and that essentially when you lost, somebody won. That's why. And so this is what's happening when we are trading, okay? Price took out this area here. All the people that were buying down here, you know, the banks or whatnot, whatever they say the banks, the hedge funds. I don't know who's trading. All I know is that money is being made when these things are happening. So people down here bought, okay? They're exiting their position. The people who want to buy again, what do you think they're doing? Let me ask you guys a question real quick. Should we buy right here? Okay? Should we be buying right here? Or should we wait to buy around right here? This is what you've got to ask yourself. I see a lot of people, like, as soon as prices, especially with gold, right? Gold starts pushing, you know what everybody's doing right here? They're buying. That's not how you trade, right? Because this is too high. And I know you can't tell when the market's coming down, but there's what the banks or the smart money, whatever brand, there's so many concepts. But what the other people are doing is this. At this point where price has taken all this, they already know the market might be exhausted. They're waiting for what's called a retracement. They're waiting for this. So this is called external range. So guess what they're looking for? Internal range. This is where we get the concept of gaps. Okay, let me just mark this out here. My chart is so messy. Let me get rid of this real quick. This is where we get the concept of gaps. We have a gap here. Sometimes you can find another little gap, like, you know, somewhere right here or even here. Look, let me mark it up for you. Right here, we have another little gap. This is on the 1 hour, by the way, right? So you have another gap here. So what they're doing is, right, the concept is, after price has taken out this point, it's looking for another place to buy lower. Another place to buy lower and then go up. So this is external. This is internal right here. And if you notice, price kind of goes through the gap a little bit, then shoots up. It's by design. And so we're talking about this because January was great. February seems like, because we're ranging, you know, you're still taking your trades. Don't get me wrong. There's still setups to take. There's still ways to make money. But you can tell that something shifted in the market. And the reason why I'm talking to you guys about this today is because as traders, one of the best things you can do in the world is this word right here. Adapt. Not change, adapt. Adapt means you pivot from what's already working. So for example, I'll give you a very basic understanding. If I was putting my entries right at the fair value gap and putting it here, right? Putting my stop loss right at the end of the gap, and I keep getting stopped, maybe based on the back testing I do, it would say put it here instead. That's adapting. You're not changing your strategy, you're just adapting because the market keeps violating gaps now. So you have to adapt. You see what I'm saying? You have to adapt. So what we're doing now in this position is that when price is taking these highs out, they're looking for another place to go lower. So now let's continue pushing this. So now this has been, oh, wait. I forgot to share this as well. All right, cool. So now price has come to this level. Okay, has come down to this level. So now that it's here, where do you think price wants to go? Because we're in an uptrend. Price is supposed to go here now. That's the next point. So your job is, when you see a trade like this, price is moving. Maybe you feel like, oh, price broke this level or structure right there. Maybe you want to enter here. This is what you do. You put your stops below the swing. It doesn't work for everybody. Everybody trades differently. You put your stops below the swing. You aim for here. That's what you see a lot of people doing. Now, my take profits are set a little differently. You see what I'm saying? It's up to everybody. But my whole thing is that I'm telling you guys what the main idea is so you guys can understand. So now that we've taken this out, we're coming down for here. We've taken this out. Guess what that means? It means we're going here. So you wait for price to do its thing and then boom. All right, cool. Now that we've taken this, what do you think we've got to do? We've got to wait for price to come back into another zone. Looking at this, I use gaps. I'm going to use gaps. We have another gap right here. Okay, I'm going to make this a different color so you guys can see. Boom, right here. Guess what we do? We don't, while all this is happening, you know what people are asking? Should I buy? No, wait. Look, the last swing point is down here. I don't use fibs, but just take your fib and understand that this is a prime area. 50%, 60%, you can see it's marked down gold for me. At least wait. Like, I'm not saying use the fib. I'm saying even if you pull out the fib, it tells you you should wait. You should not be buying up here. Now, this is the 1 hour. So if you're scalping, and you know what I mean, you're buying down here and catching these moves, you're good. These are still 1 to 5s, 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s are good. I'm talking about, treat this like this was a 1 minute or a 5 minute chart. If you're in a range like this on any chart and you want to buy, you don't buy up here, you wait. So let's see what happens when it gets here. Now, it doesn't take every fair value gap, but it may take this one. All right, price goes up. All right, cool. So let's do this real quick. Price goes up. There's another gap right here. Okay. Price comes into this gap, kind of violates it, pushes up. If you were looking to take the next area, okay, let's see you put your stops here like we said before. All right, you're about to get violated. Let's see your weight aiming for the top. Price ends up taking you out, right? Okay, cool. So it takes you out. This is where you start asking yourself what happened. So we're going to talk about that in a sec. Price comes back to this level, and then here we are. It's pushing back up. So this is real time, right? And it's pushing back up. What I'm basically trying to say to you is that after price took out here, right? If you count this as a high, because this is consolidation, it still has highs. Price took out here. You're looking for somewhere else after the high's been taken to hop into. That would be here. Okay, if you feel like price jumped all the way here and whatever, you hop into there. My whole point is that this is where the manipulation is beginning. You guys are not understanding that price is moving to specific points for a reason. For a reason. And so if you're getting manipulated, try to zoom out. A lot of people, this is what I understand of them. They're trading like on the 5-minute chart. Their whole life is on the 5-minute chart or the 15. So they're not looking at anything else. It's just a 15-minute chart and they're going from there, right? You have to do a top-down analysis. You need to understand where you are in the market, right? You need to understand where you are in the market. Where is price likely to retrace to or to go to? If I'm here, right? Price broke from up here. And let's say I open the day over here. I'm looking for a retracement somewhere here, somewhere before continuing up because it's an uptrend. Same with over here. Price opened up here. I'm waiting for a retracement somewhere down here. So far, price is retracing. That's really all that it is. And so what's happening is that people are buying when they see momentum. Don't get me wrong. You need momentum and volume in the market. People are buying, excuse me, when they see the first sight of a strong candlestick. So let's say, for example, right here when price broke, okay? They're like, oh, price broke with some volume. Guess what they're doing? They're buying. Their TPs are up here and they're getting stopped out because they didn't take into consideration that maybe at this time price wants to retrace. Also, guys, you can't do it right now because we're at all-time highs. But I always tell you guys to do what? Look left. Okay? Sometimes there's a bunch of structure up here with whether you trade order blocks, support and resistance, gaps, consolidation, it doesn't matter, right? And you can realize, oh, wait, shoot. Last time price came up into this area, right? It didn't work. And look what happened. It came back to the same area. It went down. So you guys have to read the market and then wait for the market to tell you what to do. So when we talk about manipulation, let me go back to the trade yesterday that, man, kind of made me have to rethink stuff. I'm a type of person, if something wrong happens, I go to assess myself. I go look at it and say, what did I do incorrectly? What could I have done better? So let me show you guys what happened yesterday. Yeah, this is the one we were working on. So let's go with this. All right, cool. So yesterday, I'm going to move the bar here. Where were we at? Was this the 1 hour? We were, yeah, Monday. So let's just go right here real quick. Oh, boom. All right, so let me go to the 15 real quick just so I can move. I believe it was around 9:30, so I don't want to make you guys hold your breath. Waste. Oh, shoot. Too fast. Let's go 9 o'clock. All right, cool. So 9 o'clock came. I can't remember what I was looking at because I already cleared the chart. But let's say this is a 1 minute gap. Let me see here. When the price starts to form, I'll know exactly what's happening. So was it this? Because the manipulation happened at 9:30. I think it was here. Hopped in, right? Let's say I think I put my stops really close to as well, which I don't usually do, which tells you a lot. Let's say we're aiming for, I don't know, 1 to 5 or something like that. All right, cool. Price ended up going down, taking me out a bit, and then going in my direction, right? So when I came off the chart, I go, okay, what the heck is going on, right? Guys, remember, like, I can show you guys, gosh, what was it? I was telling you guys that I've been increasing like my win rate slowly and stuff, and I found out a couple factors that has really helped me too. You know me, I'm a 1 to 2 trader, but recently I've been hitting like 1 to 5, 1 to 6, and 1 to 8. Not all the time, but it's been getting better, right? And so recently, especially for January, I was just cold-blooded. Like even the members were telling me, bro, like you can't miss. I was sniping everything. Like I'm getting in, no lie. You guys can, if you're in the membership, they'll tell you the trades. I'm like getting in here and holding to like it's been phenomenal. All right, cool. So it's been a long time since I took a trade, got stopped out like this, and then You know what I mean? Like questioned if I got manipulated. Now, keep in mind, I did put my stops lower than I usually do, so that's the first mistake I made. But you guys know I always put my stops also at the swing low. Even in this case, I would have got manipulated. So I said to myself, bro, what's going on? So I took some time, finished my other work, whatever, locked myself for like a couple hours and started backtesting. Guys, I started to notice something in the market. There are 5 positions that I put today. I'm testing this model. There are 5 positions that I took today. None of them were short of a 1 to 5. Out of 5, 4 hit. So I'm going to start. I already started showing the members some of the stuff, but they'll eventually get to see this. But my whole point is that it's not about how much I made or whatever. It's about the fact that when you do see that you're getting manipulated or you feel like your trades aren't hitting, you know what I mean? Price is going to, and then, and this is the thing that killed me the most. I think yesterday, one of the positions was like supposed to go to a 1 to 2. Yeah, it was something like this, something like that, just like this, because the stops were, I think it was something just like that. Let's just call it. So what ended up happening is that price came all the way here, like this. This is the thing that made me say, nah, bro. I went and journaled and did my thing, you know what I mean? I don't journal like, oh, price stopped me out, and now I feel sick, I lost money, and the market's just not fair. You journal, you ask, you put in what you were thinking, you take a screenshot of what you were looking at, how it ended, what you were thinking in the moment, how you felt, all that stuff, so you can adapt, right? So I go and I look at this and I go, why did price, like this is pure manipulation, and this was around 9:30, right? So price, no, so it was this one, my fault, because it didn't hit TP, it reversed on me. So yeah, there you go, it was like something like this, perfect, right? So price takes me out and then goes my way. So I go and I journal and I start saying something is off with the way I took a trade. Now usually I'd be like, I shouldn't have gotten to the trade because, you know what I mean, like I broke a rule, no problem. But even when I look at it, I'm just like, even without it being my actual setup, there's ways I could have gone about it differently, but this move was still bothering me. So I went and looked back, guys, and what I found so far, it's proving to be insane. I had a model. Well, I still have it. I have a model that you guys will see. You guys have a bunch of stuff that I plan to show you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to spoil it. There's a bunch of stuff for you guys to see what my trading is like, what my results are really like and stuff. And not what you guys are seeing right now. But long story short, when I went back and back tested this, something else opened my eyes, or my eyes were open to something else. And the whole thing I'm trying to preach to you guys is that when your strategy is not working, okay, reassess and then analyze, can't type today, and adapt. All right, you guys need to, like, I'm a type of person, when I got into the market, I used to take the losses personally. It takes you a while to realize it's not a personal thing. It's just you either got stopped out or you hit TP. But I used to take it personal, and I want to find out what happened here. My job now is, okay, what happened here? There's a reason for everything. Bro, what is going on? There's a reason for everything. What happened right here? That's my job. I go and ask myself, what happened right here? Why did price, as you guys ask, this is a 1 minute. You guys know I don't do 1 minute gaps at all, okay? But let's just assume we're going to mark out all these gaps. There's a 1 minute gap right here. Bro, what is going on with my mouse? It's a 1 minute gap right here. There's another 1 minute gap right there. There's another 1 minute gap right here, right? You guys can see on the 1 minute, there's gaps everywhere. That's why I don't use the 1 minute. Usually use like an hour or 15 or something above, right? Cool. So the question is, did price tap this one? No. In fact, let me start up here. Did price touch this one? Yes. Did it hold? No. So we move that one back. Did price tap this one? Yes. Did it hold? Yes. Okay. Did price end up tapping this one? Yes. Why is it that price tapped this, shot up, came back down into this one and went? These are the questions I ask myself. I try and literally drive myself to understand, because guys, everybody's, at the end of the day, we're in trading to make money. But when I first started trading, people used to say, don't try and catch the tops and the bottoms. You know what I mean? That's the wrong way to look. You know what I do? I catch the tops and the bottoms. All my trades are here. If this trade played out the way it was supposed to, that's why my stop was, if this trade played out the way it was supposed to, it was supposed to be something like this. And that's usually how my trades go, like that. Okay, that's how I trade. I don't trade. I don't get into the trade over here and then hold it for, nah, I don't usually do that. Now, you will sometimes see my stop loss is wide because one of my models, after the break of structure, I got to put it below the low. Okay, one of my models, which is another thing, guys. I'm not telling you guys have multiple strategies. From you guys, I work with prop firm match and stuff. I speak to CEOs of prop firms. I speak to traders that are doing really well, like really, really well. And here's what I found. This is I can tell you some of the common traits I found. Number one, a lot of the high-end guys, because they're trading with so much capital, they don't risk more than 1%. Number two, most of the successful traders have 2 to 3 models, as in like 2 to 3 strategies that they use. They don't, because remember, it depends on the market. Right now, we're ranging for indices. You got to trade that differently than you would with a regular model when the things are trending, right? And so on and so forth. Another thing too is that they journal, blah, 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 blah. It's all up to you what you want to take. But my whole thing is that I ask myself, what the heck happened here? So we're talking about manipulation today because obviously this is a form of manipulation. And when you actually go and do your research, you start to find out by looking at higher time frames what was going on. Okay? For example, let's draw this out here. Let me get rid of all this. And let me get back to the chat real quick. Man, I missed a whole bunch. Let's see here. I stopped at, I think Donovan was the last person I was talking to. Professor, what's up? What up, Adib? Long time. Watching from above. Love it. Okay, that was the last one. Long time. Where are you? I'm doing good. How about you? Okay, they're talking. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Hi from the Philippines. What's good, Mr. R? I don't know if I said hi to you yet. What's good? Welcome. Adib is talking to Sako. Liquidity grabs from big players, trapping the buyers, sellers in the market. They quickly push price to one direction and then push it to the opposite direction. Bro, it's these things, like, as much as people ask me, do you trade liquidity? No. But do I understand liquidity is there? Absolutely. Like, this is not coincidental that price comes to like these areas here. Whatever, I'll just use this. They come to these areas and then shoot up. You guys, when you do the reason why I'm not going into too much depth is because, again, the members, you know what I mean? First off, all my members so far, with the exception of one, have passed their challenges. And one of them has been trading for 2 weeks. Just by following, like, people, I had somebody the other day saying, oh, it's not that easy. It's not that simple. I said, bro, it's simple, not easy. That's the simpler trading is for you, the easier. That's why I said I'm going to show you guys this stuff, but I don't trade it. I don't trade liquidity sweep, internal, external. I don't trade. But if you understand these things, it helps you form a narrative about the market, if that makes sense. Anyways, Slick Rick, you're absolutely right. Professor Ashley Garg, love child. Oh, Ashley Garg saying, what's good, bro? Love the top G. Internal, external range liquidity, my love. I learned from MMXM. I've heard that name before. But yeah, there you go. So Ranjan is probably more well-versed in these things than I am, right? Because I don't trade these things. But you can see people understand what this stuff is. Did someone order the #1 trader from the UK at Funny Pips? Oh, wow. Oh, wait, I think Marcus was telling me about that because I think Marcus said he was going to have you on your channel. Bro, congratulations, by the way. Congratulations. That's big. I'm going to get to that in a sec. That's real big. Shout out to you. For money isn't the type of style stressful. Yeah, okay, I answered that already. I'm not trading. Adib won't probably trade for all of February. Okay, they're talking. Israel said, wait. Gold is so slippery. Yes, it is. We must do it once on YouTube and Discord for it. Yeah, bro. So, Sako, I've been literally asking you guys today. So, here's the thing. I want to start doing at least once a month to have you guys. My fault, guys. I want to do at least once a month to have you guys, like, remember the last time we did the one-on-ones? That was great. And then you guys can kind of get, it's almost like a free trial to the membership. You guys can kind of get a taste of what this thing is like. But I've been asking you guys for the best times. Nobody's responding. But I'll have the mod put out a survey or a poll, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, we got to do, maybe we can do it this Thursday even, right? Instead of coming on live here, we can do Thursday. We'll see. Let me know. Hopefully I'm not busy, because even today I almost missed a live, bro. My life is just... oh man, it's like sunset to sunrise, just non-stop working. But anyways, gold slippery. Must do it once again. I agree. Go with Trump tweets is doing the most. Let's see, Sako. Bro, people enter when they see momentum because of FOMO. Not always, Adib. I agree with what you're saying. A lot of like new traders, they'll see like candle moving and then they're like, yeah, I gotta hop in. But the people who trade really well also understand that momentum and volatility are really good for your trades when you know how to trade them. So half and half, I want to say for that. If you push shift right plus arrow, it goes slower on replay. Yeah, no, I'm just been using shift arrow too. I don't really use the auto replay. I just use the arrow to push every candle because I'm just trying to get to the point. But thank you. You just tap it to see whatever you want. Yeah, got you. We probably will get clarity after CPI. Probably, right? These news events and stuff like that. As you can see, also, we've had a lot of news releases recently. January was kind of filled with January, we had a lot of holidays and news and stuff like that, right? So there's all these factors that tie into it. Guys, my whole point is this. When you are, before I go into this last part of manipulation, when you guys are experiencing, because I get it all the time all the people who booked the one-on-one calls, all the people who asked for help, or when they first joined the membership, the challenge they have is like, bro, my strategy was working for like a month and it stopped working. And I guarantee you, if you just zoom out, you'll understand why your strategy is not working. Wait, are you trying to, let's say, sell in an uptrend? Maybe the whole time you've been selling, we've been going up, right? You sold here, didn't work, sold here, didn't work, sold here, didn't work, sold, right? So there's little things. I'm being simplistic about it, but there's things that if you analyze, helps you to understand what's actually happening in the market. You get what I'm saying? So Raja said, I noticed order blocks and supply and demand is almost similar. That's actually a good point. Guys, this is going to take me off track so badly, but let's just get to it real quick because I do have to talk about this. Here's my understanding. You guys, I'm not an expert in none of this stuff, right? I'm not even an expert trader, to be honest. I just share what I share because people literally ask. That's my whole position. I'll never pretend to be an expert or pretend to be the most successful prop trader. That's not me. I'm like you guys out here making money or trying to make money with trading. Let's just put it that way. And that's it. You know what I mean? But I have found consistency. I have gotten payouts. I have gotten funded. I am funded, right? And those type of things. So I share what I know. But let me just go to, let's see it right here. So for example, somebody may say, this is an order block. This is what I hear an order block is. According to what I've heard, an order block is a change in the state of delivery. So you see how price was coming down rapidly like this, right? And then all of a sudden we got an aggressive push. That is an order block. Or sometimes they can do this too. Let me use a better example for an order block. For example, this could be considered, no, let me be careful here. Let me find a better one just so it's more clear. Because guys, I can always draw these tops and stuff like this. Like, oh, there's an order block here and stuff like that. But I'm trying to show you guys the difference between order block and demand zone. So for example, the question would be, would this qualify as a demand zone? Let me put this right here. Boom. So here's the thing with demand zones and supply zones. Basically, when you have an aggressive push from a turning point, you have a supply or demand zone. Here's a turning point. Price came up here, came down here, changed direction here with aggression. This is officially a demand zone. The understanding or the concept is price should come back into the same place where it pushed aggressively and go up. Now, people have different ways of identifying demand zones. For example, a lot of people say if there's a gap like that, right? Let me just mark this differently. If there's a gap like this, there's a demand zone. You see what I'm saying? Whereas even though price came back here, created a gap, pushed back up, some people would mark this as an order block, right? And the question is, what's the difference? So I'm trying to find an example, guys, where there's an order block, but there is no demand zone, or there's a demand zone and there's no order block. All right. So here's an order block. Here's a demand zone. Price came and tapped into this demand zone and shot up. And let me see if I could find a supplies. Okay, no, this didn't go the other way. Let's find another one. This, in a sense, here's the thing I don't like about this, okay? So this you could call a bearish order block, let's just say. Do I want to use this? Because, okay, you guys just humor me for a second. Again, this is not my expertise. But this, let's count this as an order block. And then this is where people would draw the supply zone. Now, it depends on you. It also depends on the people. So let me do this. I've seen people draw an order block like this, right? Where it's the last candle, literally the last candle from the change of delivery. So price was going up, right? Price was going up from here, right? Came kind of back up and then shot down. And they're like, okay, that's the order block. I've also seen people draw it from here where they're like, well, this whole section, price was going up and then it changed state of delivery and this is the whole order block. So it really depends, right? And so you have, for example, in this case, this would be the supply zone though. The supply zone would be simple. It'd be this. This right here would be the supply zone. At least from what I've seen people mark up. This right there would be the supply zone. And so I do think they're similar to, who was it that asked the question? Ranjan. I do think they're similar. I tried to trade supply and demand. It didn't work for me at all. It did not work for me. I tried my best to learn supply and demand. What I noticed that a lot of the supply and demand traders were basically like, price gets to that level, starts to touch, maybe starts moving a little bit, they hop in. It never worked for me. Order blocks is just something that I've never liked the concept. You know, certain things like, for example, I have someone in my membership, right? I trade gaps. Gaps is all I trade. I don't use any other thing except gaps. They don't like gaps. And we're both still profitable. You see what I'm saying? We both look at the charts together, form the same analysis, take the same trades, and he just used a different confluence than I did, right? So it's different for everybody, but supply and demand wasn't my thing for sure. Order blocks, again, kind of like supply and demand, there's a slight difference between them. It's kind of like support and resistance. I've explained this before. Support and resistance, you can have a place where there's supply and demand and support and resistance, but you can have a place where there's a demand or supply and there's no support or resistance because of the push that happened aggressively without anything. So for example, there was nothing to the left. In fact, even if I do that, let me see something here. Yeah, there you go. That doesn't necessarily work. So for example, this couldn't be a support zone, but it could be a supply zone, right? Because we had a wicked push from this area, but it doesn't necessarily work as a supply because this, as a resistance, because technically this would be resistance. Little things like that. You know what I mean? So anyways, that was off on a tangent. We're talking about manipulation. And guys, it's already 12 o'clock. We are over our time. Sheesh. All right. So yeah, so coming back to Nas, let me go back to the day. Where were we? Friday, 9:30. So let me go back to 1 minute. Where's Monday? Oh, I missed. 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. Boom. I think it's right here. So coming back down to the 1 minute. So after this happened, I start to realize, no, something's wrong. Because my model, usually I'm wrong. Like if let's say price does go like this, it usually does this and continues. I don't get manipulated. I literally form models around manipulation and then that happened. Now, granted, there's some things I did wrong, but it still bothered me, so I went to retest. And here's what I've been noticing about the whole last, like, you know what I mean? Last, give or take, month or so. Price is just steadily in a range. And anytime you guys see that price is ranging, right, on a higher time frame, you're going to get a lot of this. Every time. Every time, because price doesn't have a set direction. Ludo's in here. What's good, Ludo? What's good? What's good? What's good? Shout out to Ludo. Ludo's been putting in a lot of work. Shout out to him. Right? So every time we see that there's, you know, manipulation. For example, is this the daily? Okay, cool. Let's go. I can't go that far. Man, I can't go that far because I have the part of the plan with, what's it called? With Trading View that doesn't allow me to go all the way back on the 1 minute. Like I can only go back like maybe a month or two. So I can't go back that far. But you guys, eventually I'll explain this in more depth. But essentially, when you guys see that there's an area of manipulation and you zoom out, like you notice, okay, my trades aren't working, zoom out. You notice that price is ranging. When price is ranging, it doesn't really follow what you usually follow. Because for example, if you are buy biased and you're trying to catch buys in here, you might be able to, if you're scalping on a lower time frame, or you might be getting manipulated because price will go up, come back down, go up, shoot back down, right? Things like that is because we're in a range where price isn't following correct price action. You can see over here when we were trending, right? Price went up, okay? Kind of shot down here, went up, shot down here, went up, shot down here, right? And it's a little bit, even though consolidated, it's a little bit more steady. It's a little bit easier to understand. Since we got to this level, price has just been doing this, right? You would think we're going down, then it goes back up. You would think we're going up, then it goes back down. So you can't really say, let me take my sells like I used to. Let me take my buys like I used to. So you start looking out for manipulation, right? And so that's the whole point. So long story short, if you guys see you're getting manipulated, go back and do some back testing and then figure out how you can do it. I can only share so much with you guys without giving away all the sauce, but I promise you guys, if you start looking for, let me see if I can give any hints. Long story short, if you start looking for certain events, you guys will start to realize, oh shoot, like I said, after backtesting this and applying it to one of my models that I was already perfecting, took 4 trades today. None of them were real. I'll be 1000% transparent because I'm testing out the model, but they were all nothing short of a 1 to 5, and out of 5, 4 hit. Is it enough of backtesting data? Not really. But considering the fact that my other model was already in place and I built on top of it, this thing is looking OP. So we'll see what happens there. If you guys don't feel like trading, things are unclear, follow the number 1 rule. When I was working at a certain place, they would say when you're unsure, touch desk, meaning go to speak to a manager. Same thing in this case. If you guys don't feel like the markets is clear, your setup's on there, sit it out, guys. Sit it out. Don't take the trades. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Now, what I lost here yesterday, not only am I up still, I'm way up, way up, but I'll make it back. It's literally 1 trade. I'll take 1 trade, I'll make it back and some. But the whole point is that it wasn't the loss that gets me because I still lose trades. I'm not perfect. It's more so the way I lost the trade. It made me go and backtest for like 2 hours. You see what I'm saying? And then after 2 hours of backtesting, I ended up coming up with a blessing in disguise. So guys, those of you who are struggling and you feel like you're not getting it, it sucks when you're going through it, but if you, again, go do the work of backtesting all this stuff, you start to realize the blessing it is to spot certain. There's certain things I found out. What time is it? Oh God, it's 12. Oh, I can't show you guys, not yet. But anyways, these are things that are coming down the pipeline. With that being said, guys, if you guys want us to do the one-on-one on the, not one-on-one, the Discord live chat, let me know. We will do a live stream on Discord where you guys can come and participate, ask me whatever questions you like. You know what I mean? When we did the last one, a bunch of people asked, somebody even asked me how to start a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Come in there and ask me, please keep it trader focused. I mess with that person, so like I didn't mind them asking me that question, but for the most part, keep it trading focused. But we're gonna do the live again. Everybody will be able to come in there and share their thoughts, ask questions. Sometimes, and I can tell you from speaking to certain people one-on-one, sometimes you guys just need a little tweaking. Like people, when they're looking for help, they think they need a new model or a new strategy. It's not necessarily a model or strategy. You just need adjustments because you can't see where you're going wrong. I'll give you an example. Last example before we head out. The guy that I was trading with, right? He not trading with. One of the guys who booked a one-on-one call. I always tell the story. I go, what do you think your issue is? He goes, well, let me show you the trades I've been taking. I'm like, great. All right, cool. He's like, I was supposed to take, he starts off by saying, I was supposed to take this trade, and this trade would have been, and he starts doing this, right? This trade would have been like 1 to 10. I already know he's not thinking correctly. You guys, you don't cry over spoiled milk. If you missed, you missed. That's it. You don't go, I was supposed to miss. No. Don't, because a lot of his examples is like, yeah, and I was supposed to get in here. So he was reluctant to take trades. So I was like, all right, already that tells me you're not really thinking about trading the way you're supposed to. So then I go, okay, what was your entry criteria or what was your model? He goes, well, listen to this. He goes, well, over here, there was a demand zone. This is what he says. There was a demand zone right here. But at the same time, this is a great example, actually. He's like, but at the same time, I can see this was like a bit of an order block, okay? Then there was also, then he goes like this. There was a gap here. My fault. He goes, there was a gap here. I'm going to mark this out very quickly. He goes, there was a gap here. And there was also a gap like right here. And he named like 3 different gaps. And he went to like 3 different time frames. And he was like, those guys. And I was like, brother. Then he goes, then I noticed that liquidity, there was a area of liquidity right here. Let me show you. He goes, then I noticed that also right here, there was like liquidity sitting right here. I said, brother, at this point, you're like an astrologist. Every star in the sky is communicating to you. You need to choose one. I said, bro, no, it's Sako, it's not you. Sako, it's not you. First off, we've never had a one-on-one. We do talk though. Sako and I do talk. I've gamed with Sako before. Shout out to Ashley Garlic. I gamed with him as well. But I gamed with Sako for a while, right? And we talk. We have conversations. And it's not you. Sako, you're getting me sidetracked. It's not you. So I'm talking to this guy, right? And so the guy's like, he has like all these things he's looking at, and he's like, and then there was this and the correction, and then he starts naming all the stuff, right? The Bissy, the Sibby, the Gritty, right? The Bissy hit the City, the Sibby and the Sibby hit the Gritty, and he has all these terms. And I go, brother, at this point, you have like 5 different confluences. That's way too much. No, it's not even, confluence is not the right word. Factors, that's the word I used. Factors. You have 5 different factors. At this point, you're suffering from analysis paralysis. This is why you couldn't enter the trade. And so I go, of these 5 that you got going on, which one do you like the most? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, which one have you seen the most success with? He's like, to be honest, when I do, I think he said gaps or order block. I'm like, start back testing with that only. Just do that. Don't do no gaps if it's order blocks. Don't do no order blocks if it's gaps. Don't do none of this liquidity. Just use that. And then we started backtesting his trades. And if he had just used his model with whether it's a block or a gap, he'd have been profitable. Adjustments, guys. Some of you guys are doing the same thing. I've seen some posts in the chat where somebody will be like, sometimes, especially at night when I'm just trying to get a quick glance at the Discord, I'll see people throughout the day would have been like, hey, bro, what do you guys think about this trade? And like literally without going to the next line, I'm like, that's a loss. And it's not because you don't trade like me. It's not because your entry model sucks. It's because I can tell, 1, you didn't correctly analyze, or 2, you're on the wrong side of the market. You guys, if you're on the right side of the market, your win rate should be at least 50%. Regardless, you could be trading support and resistance, fair value gaps, order blocks, whatever. I think Ashley Garlic trades literally like, if you see his stuff, he's trading with lines. This is how this guy trades. Like this. He'll have a line here. He's like, if price gets here, I'm going to enter. If price gets here, I'm going to enter. And there's another guy I saw that trades like that. That's him. He's like, bro, if price gets to this zone at this line and I see a break, whatever his criteria is, he's in. That's how he trades. Everybody trades different. It doesn't matter how sexy it looks. What matters is it makes money. And I will see that some of you guys, right, are on the wrong side of the market, or your analysis was not thorough enough. The trades you took were just based off of like, oh, I see my entry model, so I'm entering. Your entry model is not the end all be all. It only works when you're in the right side of the market. You see what I'm saying? So, they said I got the calls of credit. So anyways, guys, before I hop off, I just want to say here, these are some of the things that is making it challenging for you guys. You see what I'm saying? Too much going on. Keep it simple. You guys ever heard of KISS? Keep it simple, stupid. It's a term for a reason. It's an acronym for a reason. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't make your trades too difficult. My trades come down to 3 things. I've already told you guys every single time I make a video. Trading comes down to 3 things for me. You see what I'm saying? So that's basically it, guys. I'm going to have to hop off here because when I say duty calls, I have... Anyways, you guys already know how my life is. But with that being said, I love each and every one of you guys. I'll chop it up with you guys in the Discord. I'll have the mod look into setting up a time for us, and then maybe Thursday or next week or whatever, we can do this. All right, people? So with that being said, like I said, I love each and every one of you lovely people. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.